stop before you book that flight to the Caribbean based on a single perfect photo you saw online. You need to hear this. You know the picture, the impossible white sand, the turquoise water, the single palm tree. It's a flawless digital postcard. So you spend thousands of dollars and your precious vacation days to go to that specific location, dreaming of that serene, empty beach. Only when you get there, the reality is completely different. The beach is packed shoulder to shoulder. The quiet cove is throbbing with bass from a party boat. And you realize the photo showed to you the beauty, but it told you nothing about the experience. It sold you on looks, but it didn't tell you if that destination was actually right for you. Okay? Welcome. All right, now this mistake happens to millions of us, and it leads to disappointment and frustration. But it doesn't have to be this way. Hey everyone, I am your host, Al Philosian, founder of Island Vacation Travel Agency and host of Island Vacation Travel Podcast. Welcome back to the show. Sorry about the break. The Caribbean isn't one place, guys. It is a breathtaking, diverse region of more than 7,000 islands. Yes, you heard that correct. 7,000 islands. And each one has its own soul. Choosing an island should never be about finding the prettiest picture. That just doesn't make sense. It should be about finding the island that matches your style. Think about it, right? You're going there on vacation to spend your valued time. So in this video, I am going to do something different. We are going to break down the most popular Caribbean destinations, not by how they look in a filtered photo, but by what they are really like. We'll sort them by travel style, who they're for, what they cost, and what you'll actually do. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about the best islands for pure adventure, the top spots for unapologetic luxury, the destination that will blow your mind with their culture and food, the perfect place for a stress free family trip, and the islands that deliver that paradise feel without wrecking your bank account. We know that is very important, right? But you must never forget you also get what you pay for. By the end of this, we'll have a new way of thinking that will make sure your next Caribbean trip isn't just beautiful from the gram, but it is perfect soul recharging vacation that you actually need. This is what we're going to discuss today. Very important. And we're going to start off with the new framework, right? By choosing travel style, not by the hype. And that is just, we choose that topic because of observation of what's going on, right? Before we get to the specific islands, we need to totally rethink this process. The old way is broken. The old way is scroll, see a pretty picture, and book. The new way starts not with a destination, guys, but with a question. What do I actually want from this vacation? What do you want? Right? Each vacation You should want something different. Go back home refreshed, charged up, motivated, inspired. What do you want out of the vacation? It sounds simple, but most people skip this step completely. They just assume Caribbean means one thing: beach, sun, relax. That is not true. But the real experience is radically different depending on where you land. An all inclusive week in Punta Cana has almost nothing in common with a week spent hiking to the remote waterfalls in Dominica. A trip focused on exploring the historic street story about that of Old San Juan is a world away from a scheduled ultra luxe villa in Turks and Caicos. It is completely different. They're all Caribbean, however, but they are completely different people. Completely, right? And you find that out when you land on those islands, when you go check out what's happening there. So let's build our new framework. Okay? It's based on 5 key questions. I'm going to be helping you all because it makes our job at Island Vacation easier as well. First, trip purpose. Why are you going? Is this a romantic honeymoon where you want privacy above all else? Or is it a family vacation where you need easy activities and calm water for the kids so that they could kayak, water sports, wherever it may be? A solo trip to recharge, or even a group adventure with friends who want to go hiking, diving, all kind of stuff, right? Be honest. Trying to have a quiet romantic escape on a party island is a recipe for disaster. Let me reiterate that to you. Trying to have a romantic time on a party island, right? Too much distraction. Second, pace. What is the pace that you would like? What's your idea of an ideal vacation speed? Right? Do you want to unpack once at a massive resort where your only decision is which of the 6 pools to hit next? Or do you get restless after 2 hours on the beach and need to be out exploring, renting a car, or finding hidden gems? What is it? What is your speed? Some islands are built for staying put. Others are made for adventure. And you need to go adventure to enjoy them. Third, what is the budget? What is your budget? How much do you want to spend? This is a big one, and it's where social media is most misleading. That stunning overwater bungalow looks amazing, guys. Yes, it does. But it can cost more for one night than an entire week on a different island. Okay? Case and point. Jade Mountain in St. Lucia is an amazing resort. Rooms, 3 walls, the last fourth wall is facing the ocean and the mountains. That sounds like a dream to you. But one night could give you an entire 5 day vacation, 10-day vacation in Punta Cana. It's one night for $3,000+. So that's just an example. The Caribbean has a huge range of prices. Destinations like, as I said, Dominican Republic can be very budget friendly. On the other hand, islands like, forget what I just said about St. Lucia, how about St. Bart's, Anguilla, Turks and Caicos, sorry about that, unapologetically high end. Okay? Not forgetting St. Lucia and Barbados, where luxury is the very standard and daily budgets can easily run into the thousands. Yes, knowing your realistic all-in budget is non-negotiable. And I reiterate, non-negotiable. When you're planning, that should be one of the first questions you ask. As a rough example, some data suggests a mid-range travel might spend around $170 in Barbados, specific hotels, while that same traveler might only spend about 120 in Dominican Republic. But remember, these are just ballpark estimates because Barbados can get really expensive. And that's different adds up very quickly. Fourth, logistics. How much work are you willing to put in on your vacation? Getting to some of those are more remote, underrated islands can mean multiple flights, including tiny puddle jumper planes or even ferries. For a short trip, that travel time can eat up your vacation, right? Islands like Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, Aruba have amazing flight connections from North America. You could get straight flights, which is amazing, making them great for easy getaways, right? And if you're a US citizen, traveling to Puerto Rico or the US Virgin Islands means no passport needed, which is a huge logistical win. All right. Finally, the on the ground experience. This is all about vibe. Do you want an Americanized experience with familiar comforts, or are you looking for a deep dive into a different culture? Right? Some islands feel very accessible with English widely spoken and US dollars accepted everywhere. Otherwise, there are other countries like Martinique or Curacao have a distinct European or local flavor that feels much, much more immersive. Okay? Curacao, love Curacao. That is one of those things. They're Dutch, so it's completely different. Once you've thought through these five things, you have a personal travel profile for yourself. You're no longer just looking for a beach vacation. You're, for example, budget conscious adventurer on a 5-day trip who needs easy logistics. Okay? Make sense? You have a profile now. Now, with that profile, you can now look at the menu of Caribbean islands and find your perfect match. So let's get to it. Okay? That makes it much easier to sort through those 7,000 islands, as I told you. All right? Now, we are just going to take a quick break. I know breaking down a trip like this can feel a lot like a lot of work. But if you're listening and thinking, this is great, but I'd rather have an expert just handle it for me, then I have the perfect solution for you. That's exactly why I founded Island Vacation Travel Agency. My team and I use this exact framework to match you with the perfect destinations and handle all the bookings and logistics so you can focus on fun, fun, fun. We take you there so you can enjoy every moment, finding out more and schedule your consultation at islandvacation.com. All right. That's islandvacation.com. That's www.islandvacas.com. All right. Please check it out. We can help you out and make this easy for you once you have a profile. Right. Now, for the adventure and nature lovers, let's put this in a better context for you so you could understand. If the idea of 7 straight days in a beach chair makes you anxious, This is for you. You want to hike through a rainforest, ramble down a waterfall, explore volcanic landscapes, and dive into an underwater world. You see the Caribbean not as a place of relaxation, but as a literal playground. Nothing is wrong with that. There is something for you, right? Top picks for raw, untamed nature. Dominica, right? Not to be mistaken for Dominican Republic. This is Dominica. Dominica, right? Dominica is hands down the nature island of the Caribbean. Okay? Don't confuse with Dominican Republic. They're not the same. They are worlds apart, as a matter of fact. It's one of the region's less known islands. Well, it's beginning to get a little bit more popular now, right? Which is a huge part of its appeal for adventure. Dominica has mostly resisted large scale tourism. They're offering instead a landscape that feels prehistoric and untouched. And we know that is rare to find. You have to go to places like Alaska for that as well, right? Dominica is the place in the Caribbean for that. This is an island of volcanic peaks, 365 rivers. That is correct. 300, one for every single day, and 65 rivers, countless waterfalls, and dense emerald rainforest. The main event there is hiking. The 115-mile Watibikulu National Trail is the Caribbean's first long distance hiking trail. I hope I did pronounce it correctly. A serious trek that crosses the entire island. Okay? For something shorter but just as stunning, the hike to Boiling Lake is a challenging 6-hour round trip through the Valley of Desolation that ends at the world's second largest boiling lake. Yes, the world's second largest boiling lake is in Dominica, and there is a hype to it. That sounds amazing and fun for somebody who loves adventure. The adventure continues in the water. You can go canoeing through Titu Gorge, a narrow canyon features in Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that movie. Or you could also snorkel at Champagne Reef, right? With geothermal vents that create steam or bubbles. That's why they call it that, right? Now, the diving is also phenomenal. This isn't an island for nightlife. Okay? It's picking up because they're beginning to get festivals and stuff. It's for people who want to feel small against the backdrop of powerful, raw nature. Example, mountains, falls, springs, that's what it's for, right? Now, next we're going to move into for best scenery and lush adventure. We got to move to my home island of St. Lucia, right? Always fun talking about St. Lucia. This is what happens when dramatic beauty meets sophisticated tourism scheme, right? While it's famous for honeymoons, weddings, it's also an incredible playground for adventure. The island's iconic pitons are the two volcanic spheres that rise straight from the sea. It looks like a dream, like God placed it there. For fit hikers, conquering Gros Piton is a rite of passage with one of the most rewarding views in the Caribbean. Okay, that's hiking Gros Piton. It's amazing. I personally haven't hiked it. I'm from there, but I have seen the top of it. Cheat code, helicopter ride, tours. I think our next trip, we're definitely going to go ahead and hike it. It's an amazing thing to see. All right. An amazing thing to experience. Now, beyond the pitons, you can hike through the rainforest and take a mud bath in the crater of a dormant volcano at the Sulphur Springs. Or you could zip line through the tree canopy. The adventure here feels a bit more polished than in Dominica. Okay, just so you know, with well organized stores and excellent guides, you can balance a rugged morning with an afternoon of at a luxury spa. And there are some amazing spas out there. For water lovers, the coastline around the Pitons offers some of the best snorkeling and diving on the island. Now, St. Lucia is perfect for adventure and adventurers who want a dose of adrenaline, but also values comfort and stunning views. So it's the best of both worlds. Okay? St. Lucia is great for weddings. You have different beaches, different types of sands on different types of beaches. You have the West Coast, which is ecotourism. You want to go check that out, right? Now, best for variety and accessibility. We're moving on to Puerto Rico, Boricuas, right? Puerto Rico. Yes, it is best for accessibility. Puerto Rico offers a shocking amount of adventure, all packed into one island that the US travelers can visit without a passport. Very important. This makes it perfect for a short, action packed trip. Okay? Puerto Rico is a spot if you don't have a passport and you're from the US. The Star Alirique, the only tropical rainforest in the US National Rainforest System. You can hike to waterfalls like La Mina Falls, swim in natural pools, and for a more rugged experience, local guides can take you to hidden water slides. Okay? But the adventure does not stop there. Puerto Rico has world class bioluminescent bays, right? Where you can kayak at night through glowing water. And I know you've probably heard that for Jamaica, Puerto Rico had it as well. The central mountains offer carving and rock climbing. And the west coast is a surfing mecca. So if you like surfing, Puerto Rico is for you. For diving, the islands of Culebra and Vesquez have pristine, and I reiterate, pristine reefs. So if you love snorkeling, there is perfect for you. What makes Puerto Rico so amazing is that you can combine this with a world-class cultural scene. Okay? Spend your mornings in a rainforest with your evening exploring the 500-year-old streets of Old San Juan. This blend of wild nature and vibrant culture makes Puerto Rico a powerhouse for the adventurer who wants it all, right? Total package as far as I'm concerned. Okay? Now, for the relaxation seekers and the luxury travelers, we haven't forgotten you. We have not forgotten you. This is for the traveler whose main goal is to decompress, disconnect, and most importantly, indulge. You're not looking to conquer a mountain. You're looking for a perfect beach, a world class spa, and an impeccable service. Your vacation is an escape from the noise of daily life. That is very important on vacation as well. Top pick for ultimate beach perfection and quiet luxury would be Turks and Caicos, right? If you, if your mental image, sorry about that, of the Caribbean is miles of powdery, talcum soft, white sand, and impossibly clear turquoise water, you're dreaming of Turks and Caicos. Specifically, you're dreaming of Greece, the beach on Providential, rank one of the best beaches in the world. Okay? Turks and Caicos is the king of luxury beach escape. The vibe is about understand elegance, not flashy nightlife. The island is focused on high end resorts and private villas that offer seclusion and, not forgetting, exclusivity. The main activity here is simply enjoying the water. The calm bays are perfect for paddleboarding, and the world's third largest barrier reef is just offshore. But really, people come here to relax on the beach, enjoy a leisure lunch, or charter a private boat. That's pretty much it. It's all about luxury. This level of perfection comes at a price, however. It's one of the most expensive destinations in the Caribbean. On the safety front, it's important to be aware the U.S. State Department has a level 2 exercise increased caution advisory for crime. Recent reports mention concern beyond just petty crime, including sexual assault. So it's critical to be vigilant and aware of your surroundings. And that's for wherever you travel. So we're not just going to pinpoint Turks and Caicos. You have to be careful in Orlando. And yes, that's where Disney is. Yes, you have to be careful there. Okay, so now we're going to move on to best for polished charm and refined experience. That would be Barbados. Barbados offers a different flavor of luxury, guys. One tip in history, sophistication, and a distinct British Caribbean charm. While it has stunning beaches on its platinum west coast, the appeal of Barbados actually goes way, way deeper. The luxury here feels polished and established. The west coast is lined with elegant hotels, gourmet restaurants, and high end shopping. In fact, the island is often called the culinary capital of the Caribbean. Beyond the West Coast, you can explore the rugged East Coast, home to the famous surfing spot Basheba, or Toheris historic rum distilleries like Mongi, which have been making rum since 1703. Yes, I know it sounds crazy. From 1703. So it's a couple of centuries since they've been making rum. They're pretty good at it. Now, while Barbados can be expensive, it offers a wider range of options than Turks and Caicos. It generally costs more than a trip to Dominican Republic, but provides a calmer, more curated atmosphere with a high safety rating and good infrastructure. Barbados is perfect for the sophisticated traveler who appreciates fine dining and also a bit of culture. Now, next, we're going to move on to the best for reliable weather and easy relaxation. And we're going to go all the way down to the south in the Caribbean to Aruba. Aruba's slogan is One Happy Island. For traveler seeking a stress-free, sun-drenched escape, it lives up to the hype. Its biggest selling point is its location. It's site outside the hurricane belt, boasting a dry, sunny climate all year round. That sounds like paradise, making it a super reliable choice for a beach vacation. So if you're thinking about, hey, I need to enjoy the beach and I don't want to worry about hurricanes, Aruba. I see the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, or Curacao. This island is known for beautiful beaches like Eagle Beach, Palm Beach, to name a few. The vibe is lively and developed with high rise resorts, casinos, and a ton of restaurants. It's a very easy place to vacation. Okay. English is widely spoken. The US dollar is accepted everywhere, and the infrastructure is excellent. You can spend your days lounging by a resort pool, trying water sports, or exploring the desert like Aricoc National Park. While Aruba has luxury properties, it also offers a broad range of mid-range options, making it a fantastic choice for anyone who wants a guaranteed sunny, easy, and comfortable beach vacation. Aruba is the place, all right? Aruba is the spot. You don't have to worry about bad weather, right? And speaking about relaxation and luxury, let's talk about bringing that feeling home and the vacation ends. But the comfort doesn't have to. That's why I am a huge fan of cozy earth, guys. The bedding, the bedding and loungewear are made from the softest bamboo viscose you can imagine. It's like sleeping in a five-star hotel every single night. After a long trip, there is nothing better than slipping into their pajamas or even getting into a bed made with their sheets. All the beds in my house have bamboo sheets. It's just more comfortable. It's much more comfortable. My sleeping has become better. Now, it's the perfect way to hold on to that relaxed post vacation glow. Check them out at cozyearth.com and bring the luxury escape feeling right into your home. And don't forget to let them know you were sent by Island Vacation Travel Podcast, Island Vacation Podcast, and you could receive 50%, 15% off with our code Island Vacation. That is one word. Okay. Now, oh, we're going to jump into the next section for the culture and food enthusiasts. It's very important. Food is very important when you travel. This traveler believes a destination soul is in its streets, its kitchens, and its music. A beach is nice, okay? But for you, the real vacation begins when you're eating a dish you can't pronounce, listening to a local band in a tiny bar, or wandering through the historic neighborhoods that you may see around on whatever island you may be, making new friends. Top picks for a fusion of history, art, and flavor. We would say, let's start with Puerto Rico. We're back to Puerto Rico, and for good reason. You could make a very strong case that it's the cultural capital of the Caribbean. Its identity is complex, vibrant fusion of Taino, Spanish, African, and American influence. And you feel it everywhere. Okay, that's a bunch of cultures mixed up from the past and the future. The heart of it is all in old sand walking. It's blue cobblestone street like it's stepping back in time, surrounded by 500 years of history. from the massive Spanish forts of El Morro to colorful colonial buildings. But this isn't a museum, it's a living neighborhood filled with art galleries, bustling plazas, and bars where salsa music spills onto the streets all day long. And the food. Food, guys, Puerto Rico's cuisine is a destination in itself. You have to try mofongo. That is mashed plantains. You can explore Pork Highway, right? Covati, or hit the beachside curses or pinones for a feast of fried snacks. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation, guys. Now, beyond San Juan, you can actually head to Luisa, a center of Afro-Puerto Rican heritage. That is Loza. That is Loiz, and that is to learn more about bomba music and dance. Puerto Rico offers an incredible depth of culture experiences, all with the convenience of the US currency and no passport needed for Americans. Sounds good, right? Sounds perfect for Americans. Best for independent exploration and European Caribbean charm. We are going to suggest Curacao, which we came from there not too long ago. Curacao is amazing. If you love to rent a car and explore, you're captivated by unique architecture and a diverse cultural mix, Curacao is your island. Part of the ABC Islands. It sits outside the hurricane belt and feels totally different from its neighbors. It is not too far from Aruba, right? The first thing that hits you is Williamston, the capital. Its waterfront, lined with pastel colored Dutch colonial buildings, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that looks more like a tropical Amsterdam. Yes, Amsterdam in Europe. The city is connected by a famous bridge, Queen Emma. Yeah, the city is connected by a famous bridge, Queen Emma Platoon Bridge. Sorry about that. And exploring its narrow streets is a joy. I must say, I enjoyed exploring Curacao streets. Curaçao's culture is a rich tapestry woven from African, Dutch, Spanish, and Jewish influences, which you can hear in its language, Papimento, a Creole blend of Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch, and African languages. And it actually sounds similar to our French Creole in St. Lucia, right? Now, beyond the city, Curacao has over 35 beaches, many of them small, secluded coves on the rugged west coast. Now, this is where the island shines for the independent traveler. You could spend your days beach hopping and finding your own private paradise. It's less about the all inclusive resort and more about getting out and discovering the island's unique character for yourself. It was pleasantly amazing driving around Curacao and exploring, right? I encourage anyone to try it. Now, next we're going to move for best for music, vibe, and all around flavor. We're going to speak about the great Jamaica, right? Jamaica is more than an island, it's a global cultural powerhouse. Its influence on music, language, and style is undeniable. And to experience it firsthand is to tap into a powerful, infectious energy. Of course, there is reggae, right? From the live music venues in Negril to the Bob Marley's Museum in Kingston. Reggae is the island's heartbeat and soul. But Jamaica music is also includes dancehall, rocksteady, and ska. The sound is everywhere. The food is just as bold. Jamaican jerk is a culinary icon for a reason. But you also have to try ackee and saltfish, the national dish, curried goat, and savory patties. It's all part of being Jamaican. Now, we have to talk about safety. As of mid 2020, Jamaica holds a level 2 exercise increased caution travel advisory from the US State Department. While this is an improvement from previous higher warnings, it still points to risk from crime. Millions visit safely by staying away, using common sense and often sticking to resorts, areas, or using reputable guides for excursions. The island offers a huge range of accommodations, from sprawling all inclusives that provide a convenient base to small hotels. For the traveler seeking a destination with a strong, unmistakable personality, Jamaica is an unforgettable experience. Okay? For the family traveler, we also have not forgotten you. Planning a family vacation means safety first. You need calm beaches for the little ones, activities for all ages, and above all, making it easy. These islands are the all stars for family travel. Okay? Top picks for mega resorts and endless activities. The Bahamas. Okay, the Bahamas, especially Nassau and Paradise Island, are practically built for family vacations. It's close to the US, which means short, easy flights. The main draw is the sheer scale of the family focused resorts, most famously, Atlantis. Beautiful hotel. A little pricey, but beautiful hotel. Atlantis isn't just a hotel, it's a destination itself. It has a 141 park, a massive marina, a habitat that has sharks and rays, a movie theater, kids club, and a dolphin program. The family could spend a week here and never ever leave. The Bahamas Ma complex, sorry about that. The Bahama complex is another excellent option with its own water park and wildlife sanctuary. The vibe in these resorts areas is one of contained, sun drenched fun. Everything is designed for convenience, making the Bahamas a reliable, if sometimes crowded, choice for families who want a vacation packed with fun and easy fun at that. Okay? Next, we're going to move to best for all inclusive value and variety. Dominican Republic, DR. When it comes to getting the most for your family's vacations dollar, it's hard to beat the Dominican Republic. The resort area of Punta Cana is the king of all inclusive packages. These sprawling properties include your room, meals, drinks, and tons of activities in one upfront price, which is a huge relief for parents. The resorts in Punta Cana are known for incredible value. You'll find massive pools, kids' water parks, supervised clubs, and nightly entertainment. The beaches have a soft sand and generally calm waters, perfect for families. While it may not offer the same cultural immersion as other islands, It excels at providing a comfort, convenient, and cost effective home base for a family getaway. Daily costs are significantly lower than in many other Caribbean destinations. So your budget stretches much, much further, guys. Dominican is the right place for family vacations. Now, we're going to move along to best for safe beaches and easy exploration. That would be Aruba. We're back to Aruba. We return to Aruba, one of the happiest places on Happy Island because its core strength makes it top tier family destination. The island's reputation for safety and friendliness is a major comfort for parents. Beaches like Palm Beach, Baby Beach are famous for their calm, shallow waters and brilliant at that, which are ideal for young children. So this is why it's family friendly. Aruba offers a perfect balance for families who want more than just the resort. The island is safe and easy to explore with a rental car. You can take the family to the donkey sanctuary, visit the butterfly farm, or explore the rugged landscape of Arecoc National Park. This variety provides a great way to break up the beach days and create lasting fun memories. The consistently sunny island is another huge plus when you have kids who need to burn off energy, right? Now, we're just going to take another quick break, guys, right? Whether you're parking for an adventure in Puerto Rico or a family trip to the Bahamas, you've gotta look good. And also, you gotta feel comfortable. That's where our sponsors Full Glory comes in. They're a superstore, right? For awesome apparel from your favorite brands, movies, sports teams, and popular cultural icons. Nostalgic, right? I'm talking about super soft graphic tees, hoodies, and also hats that let you show off what you love. It's perfect for finding the unique shirt for your vacation photos or just for relaxing on the flight. With hundreds of thousands of items, you're guaranteed to find something that shows off your style. Check out their massive collection at oldglory.com and you let them know Island Vacation Travel Podcast sent you. And don't forget to use our code Island Vacation, that's one word, for 15% off on your next order. Let them know Island Vacation sent you. Okay? Now let's move along. For budget conscious travelers, very important. Not everyone likes to blow the bag. Some people value their money. Let's be clear. A budget Caribbean trip isn't the same as backpacking in South Asia. It's an expensive region, but budget is all about finding places where your money goes further without sacrificing the actual experience, right? So the top picks for overall value would be Dominican Republic. Okay? The Dominican Republic consistently ranks as one of the most affordable destinations in the Caribbean. Consistently ranks. The main reason is the sheer competition in its tourism industry, especially with all inclusives. You can often find packages here for a fraction of the cost of a room, only rate on pricier islands. But even if you're not an all-inclusive person, the deal offers great value. Dominican Republic is just great value. Budget travel guides suggest it's possible to get travel for under $100 per day by staying in a guest house and eating at local commodores. That's like small family fun restaurants, right? Now, to get the best value, either embrace the all-inclusive deals or get away from the main resort zone. Areas like Las Terranas on Samana Peninsula offers more independent vibe with affordable guest houses and beautiful, less crowded beaches. For pure bang for your buck, the Dominican Republic is the champion. No competition. Okay? Best for no passport needed budget trip. That goes to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is a top contender for the budget conscious US traveler. The biggest cost saver is the flight because it's a US territory. Flights are from the mainland are domestic, which often makes them much cheaper. Adding no passport requirements and using US dollars, and the barrier to entry are even much lower. Very convenient. Once you're there, Puerto Rico offers a wide spectrum of lodging and dining. You can find affordable guest houses and vacation rentals outside of San Juan. The island's food culture is also very budget friendly. You can eat incredibly well for just a few dollars at a food kiosk or even bakeries. Plus, guys, many of the best attractions, hiking in El Yuique, exploring Old San Juan, and hitting the public beaches are free or they're also low cost, right? Just depend. But it is budget friendly. Okay. Final check: safety, seasonality, and a note on the underrated. Very important. With much islands to styles, but before you book, a few final practical thoughts. Just food for thought. Want you to just consider before you book. First, safety. It's a valid concern. While most visits are incident free, some islands do struggle with crime. Always check the latest US State Department travel advisory before you book and again before you fly. As of mid 2020, many popular islands like Barbados hold a level 1 exercise normal precaution advisory. Others like Jamaica and the Dominican Republic are level 2 exercise increased caution, often due to crime. Even a place with a high advisory can be visited safely by being smart. Stick to well lit areas. Don't flash wealth. Don't flash your wealth. And when we say wealth, we're talking about jewelry, money, designer clothes, hats, shoes, phones, drones. Be careful, guys. Right? Could even be what you're ordering in quantities. Be careful. Be very mindful. Right? Don't be flashy. Use reputable tour operators and be aware of your surroundings. Very, very important when you're traveling. And that is anywhere, worldwide. Secondly, seasonality. The Caribbean has a peak season, mid December to mid April, with the best weather, right? Highest prices and crowds. The lower season, June to November. That is hurricane season. Okay? So, reiterate, mid December to April is the high season, more crowded. June to November, less because it's hurricane season. But I will say there is carnival going at that time. You could find incredible deals, but there is a risk of weather disruption. Must never forget that. So prepare wisely. Through the islands outside the main hurricane belt are less affected. That's like ABC Islands. The sweet spot for many is the shoulder season, May to June, and late November, which often offers a great balance of good weather, lower prices, and fewer people. Finally, guys, a word on the underrated islands. We must never forget those islands, right? Hence why they're underrated. There are many incredible lesser known gems like Sabre, Nevis, or Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe is amazing. They often offer a more authentic, crowd free experience. However, they're usually underrated for reasons they're harder and more expensive to get to, or they lack the tourism infrastructure of the other major players, right? If you have the time and the budget for the extra logistics, these islands are simply amazing. But for most travelers, stick to the more established destinations. It's much more reliable. Now, to conclude, guys, finally, we're coming to the end. That is perfect. Filtered photo of the Caribbean beach. It isn't a lie, guys, but it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy that one image can capture the soul of a place. And that one version of paradise fits everyone. The truth is, the best Caribbean island isn't the one that looks best online. Wait, it's the one that feels best to you. It's the one that matches your budget, your pace, and your purpose. Never forget that. The most expensive resorts is not automatically the best one. The best resort and the best island is the one that clicks with your personal travel style. Do you want the raw wilderness of Dominica or the polished luxury of Turks and Caicos? The vibrant cultural immersion of Puerto Rico or the easy all-inclusive fun of Dominican Republic? It is all up to you and your choice, right? By asking guys the right question before you start scrolling, you change the entire game. There's this saying, once you change your mind, you change everything. You go from being a passive consumer of travel eye candy to an active architect of your own perfect vacation. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. When you're ready to turn this inspiration into a real itinerary, my team at Island Vacation Travel Agency is here to help you build that perfect trip piece by piece. Visit us at islandvacas.com. That is ISLANDVACAS.com. Okay? And get started. We could help you and we could make it real easy. Now, guys, I want you to stop chasing someone else's highlight reel and start creating your own. Okay? It's important. Tell your story. So, the next time you see that impossibly perfect picture, just take a pause. Appreciate the beauty, of course, but don't let it make the decision for you. Instead, think about what you truly need from your time away. Match the island to your trip, not just your fee. When you do that, you find a version of paradise that is not only beautiful, but it's also finally yours. That is very important. Guys, I am your host, Al Theologian, founder of Island Vacation Travel Agency. And as I said, the host of Island Vacation Podcast. It is how we have fun in the sun. Until next time, guys, see you again soon back on regular schedule recording.